So let's get right into it. My name is Kevin. I'm with Drone Deer Recovery. Mike is not in the studio today. He's out working with drones, spraying. So there's breaking news, and we wanted to create some content here. We wanted to cover it, give you our perspective on it, and we're super excited about it. So let's jump right in. This is being released on Friday, July 28th. As of yesterday, we officially filed a complaint or a lawsuit with the state of Michigan, arguing that their interpretation of disallowing carcass recovery with a drone is unconstitutional. So paperwork was officially filed yesterday. However, we've been behind the scenes. We've been working on this for a long time. We're super excited about it because this service is of tremendous value for both the hunter and the state. Having more deer be recovered instead of lost, or getting a carcass tag later, it's just good for everyone. So we understand the state's position. It's they say it's the use of using a drone for recovering a carcass is lumped in with using a drone to go hunt and scout and take and shoot a deer. We think it's a completely different use case, and we think that the law that they're using, that they're basing their position on, we think that they're incorrect. So based on that, back in February, we've started this process of research, and the good people at Pacific Legal Foundation, they reached out to us. So wherever there's huge advances in technology, there's usually a lag for the government to either allow it, regulate it, whatever. So I think that's what's going on here. I think quite simply, the government was unprepared, the state of Michigan was unprepared for this technology to emerge. They didn't have regulation in place, but that's also a position, right? Who knows what's going on their side. My opinion is that in some states, there's been a flood of interest suddenly in using thermal drones to recover deer. I don't know about the state of Michigan specifically, but my opinion is that in a number of states, then there's been a flood of interest in suddenly using thermal drones to recover this deer carcasses. And these departments, where before there was really no use case for a drone, suddenly they're being flooded with calls, and they're not quite sure how to regulate it, how to protect the misuse of it. And I do need to say there is a possible misuse with a thermal drone, just in the same way there's a possible misuse with a firearm. But straight outright banning is not the solution. So I think these departments have pumped on the brakes, given themselves time to figure out, how do we regulate it? What's the wise thing to do? How do we just need time to study it. That's my opinion. I don't know for sure what's going on. And that's all well and fine, but you can't apply a law that is different. You can't interpret a law to be different than how it's written and what the intent of it was. Our opinion is simply that their interpretation of the law is unconstitutional, and we are suing them to force them to either change the law or to acknowledge that their current interpretation is incorrect. So could be a long process, right? Who knows? These things take time. But I want to get into and read the case article. So to give you a bit of insight, what we've been working on in the background and what's really at stake here. So let's jump in. This is an article found on Pacific Legal Foundations. Again, I can't say enough good stuff about them. They're like superheroes in the legal attorney world. They're a nonprofit group. Their specific purpose is to prevent the overreach of government, unconstitutional activities against the U.S. citizen, against us Americans. So we're super thankful to have made a connection with them, super thankful that they found this case to be noteworthy or of interest. And I think it's in part because we're at the very onset of an emerging market. Drones are here to stay, no matter what people tell you, in a ton of different industries. And then also drone deer recovery, our whole business model is we're not just a company. Our whole business model is we're here to help individuals start their own businesses, buy their own equipment, and to get set up doing the same thing. So having this law, fighting this, what we believe to be an unfair interpretation of the law, not only will benefit us, but it'll benefit a ton of other individuals out there who are wanting to apply the same use case. And ultimately, when the industry grows, it's good for all of us. So we're not sad about it. We're here for it. We want hunters to find out about this, because it is a travesty when deer go unrecovered simply because you can't use the technology, right? That shouldn't happen. That's good for no one. And especially when states require the hunter to make every reasonable effort to recover a carcass, legally, that's your job. Once you shoot an animal, you got to go make every reasonable effort to recover it. This, in my opinion, falls well within the bounds of what's reasonable, right? This is reasonable. So if you want to read this article, you can find it on the link in the description. You can read it for yourself. But I'm going to read it through and then just give some commentary as we go through it. So it says, Mike Yoder's been flying drones long before he started his company, Drone Deer Recovery, Media Inc., in the fall of 2022. Mike's inspiration for the business arose from his love of hunting and technology on one hand and his unique upbringing on the other. He comes from an Amish community in Ohio. He was actually raised Amish, where hard work, setting goals, and business building is the norm. If you don't know much about the Amish, then you should know when it comes to business. Yeah, most of the time they don't even go to high school, but from a young age, they know how to work, they get it done. And a book was recently released, right, this one right here, called Amish Economics, and it's a look into, I think, $26 million Amish businesses and the stories behind them. Super interesting. So both Mike and I and a lot of our team here actually have Amish either parents or grandparents. So yeah, definitely business building is the norm, setting goals, etc. After seeing a Wisconsin hunter use a drone for game recovery, Mike realized that using a drone to find down game was far less disruptive and more efficient than tracking dogs or trail cameras. No comparison. When you think of the disruption that a dog causes moving through the woods, trying to follow a scent, versus a drone at 400 feet above the canopy to where you can hear it from below, but it's kind of background noise. You talk about scent. Anybody who cares about hunting on their land should opt to do this with the drone instead of busting out all the deer with the dog. I'm telling you, this is the new thing. It's here to stay. So, and I gotta say, I respect making the effort using a dog to go find a deer. That's respectable. I get it. Man, hunters spend so much time and resources in preventing coyotes from entering their land and setting up their land so that for optimal deer hunting. It just blows my mind how you then have just run some dogs through it. And forget about it. If it starts raining, if it starts raining, scent gets washed away, you can't find it. If the deer isn't dead, you bump it. With the drone, it starts raining, perfect conditions, right? We fly an all-weather drone, fly in wind up to 50 miles an hour, fly rain, fly snow. We can find the deer in conditions when the dog doesn't go. And there's batteries to go all day, right? You can keep batteries going. The dog gets tired, the drone don't get tired. Drone Deer Recovery initially focused on using drones to help hunters locate down game. The company was an instant success, so Mike expanded the company by offering drone licensing packages and providing training and equipment to operators looking to start their own drone location businesses. And I gotta say, back in the beginning, last September when we launched, man, it was chaos and madness. And so fun, such a fun season, but looking forward to more structure and a little less craziness this season. We'll see. With virtually endless possibilities for drone uses, Mike sees Drone Deer Recovery as the Uber of the drone industry, jump-starting drone entrepreneurs in their home states. But not Michigan. The state's Department of Natural Resources, the DNR, warned Mike that the state's drone statute bans all drone use in hunting, even locating down game after the hunter has stored his weapons. Violators can face up to 90 days in prison or a fine of up to $1,000. State lawmakers passed a law in 2015 to ban technology-assisted hunting with little indication that they were targeting drone uses in their locating already downed game. And the DNR itself still uses drones, right? The DNR started its drone program in 2016, shortly after the legislature banned drones for hunting. And by 2020, the DNR's Forest Resource Division boasted 7 licensed pilots and 10 drones of different sizes and capabilities. They're useful. I'm telling you, they're useful, right? They can be misused, but there's a ton of good use that can come out of them. And Michigan realizes that as well. While the government enjoys using drones to assess forest health, search for wildlife, and collect visuals showing Michigan's exquisite landscapes, Mike can neither communicate the information his customers like Jeremy Funk want, nor expand operations and entrepreneurship into Michigan. So here's the thing, right? At the end of the day, it's the American dream. We want to be able to operate a business without the government putting obstacles in our belief, that are unconstitutional and unfounded in how the law is written. We just want to be able to operate a business. That's what we want at the end of the day. So, and especially if the DNR itself is using drones. I mean, I get it. They're not out there abusing it, but neither are we. We're professionals. We're here to help hunters recover a carcass, right? That's what we're here to do. And we should just say here, if somebody is abusing the technology, that's terrible for us, right? That's good for nobody. So we're here to stop that. If there's ever any indication that one of our operators is out there abusing this technology, it's instantly grounds for being removed from the team. There's a place for this. There's a place for misuse. Let's not ban it wholesale because it can be misused. We do that with nothing else. So why would we do it with this? Let's keep reading. Mike and Drone Deer Recovery have a First Amendment right to collect and provide information regarding the location of down game. DDR customers, including lifelong Michigan hunter Jeremy, have a right to receive the information. By interpreting the law to include a ban on these activities, the DNR violates the free speech rights of Drone Deer Recovery and its customers. States such as Missouri, Iowa, Kansas, and Pennsylvania prohibit a similar use of drones, all sites Mike has set on for his expansion. Hunting isn't the only area caught in the government's crosshairs. Increasingly, drone use is becoming popular to aid in a variety of businesses. As with every new technology, the government often throws up unreasonable resistance, stretching legal boundaries to limit the unfamiliar. This is exactly what's going on. In addition to entrepreneurs, artists, and other content creators may also find the government limiting their First Amendment rights. Represented free of charge by Pacific Legal Foundation, thank you. Mike, Drone Deer Recovery, and Jeremy are fighting back with the federal lawsuit. They're challenging the Michigan's DNR's wrongful application of a law that prevents DDR from providing valuable services and empowering others in Michigan to start new businesses and build livelihoods. So the crux of this, the heart of it, is really that as the sentence, I'm going to read it again, as with every new technology, the government often throws up unreasonable resistance, stretching legal boundaries to limit the unfamiliar. In my opinion, that is exactly what's happening here. So the way that the law is being interpreted, I believe, was not in the intent with how it was written. It doesn't serve, it doesn't make sense that you'd require hunters to recover a carcass with every reasonable use, and then you'd also limit the use of a thermal drone to recover the carcass. I don't get it. So all that we want is the government to remove unreasonable resistance, as we believe they are in this case. We want to be able to set up other entrepreneurs with booming businesses doing this. And I'll just put a plug in. If we have guys in a bunch of different states, we're about a month away from the season kicking in and stuff like that. We have a ton in the works. So if you want to fly a drone, help hunters recover deer, help tell stories of deer that otherwise would never have been found, contact us. The link is below. Join our team. So yeah, we still have a couple spots, places you can join our team. From lifelong hunters, I've heard time and time again that the act of helping a hunter recover a deer is almost as thrilling, or if not more thrilling, than going and shooting a deer yourself. Not saying 100% it's going to be that way for everyone, but I'm just saying when you get to enter the story of a hunter who has shot a big deer and there's all this rush of adrenaline, you help him find the deer, and he can actually go recover it, and otherwise he never would have found it. I'm telling you, it's a feeling unlike any others. Take it from me and our team here at Drone Deer Recovery. This stuff is fun to do. If you want to get set up, we'll sell you the gear, train you how to do it, and send you leads. Join our team. Before we head off, I wanted to play a video for Mike. Mike is super thrilled about this. He's working his butt off. He's out in Indiana. They're doing 16-hour days out there. We're spraying corn out the wazoo. So check out this video for Mike.
How's it going, folks? I'm super excited. Today is a big day. Obviously, as you guys have heard Gary and Kevin talking at the studio, it's a big day. We are moving forward with the lawsuit against the state of Michigan because I feel like they are misinterpreting the law for drone use for the recovery of carcasses. So I'm super excited about this because I really know that this can help hunters. That's my whole thing about this, is helping hunters. It's a new way of recovering your deer that otherwise would go to waste, where dogs were great, but as technology progress, this is the new way to do it. So I'm really excited. We can help hunters. The state has to come on board with this because it's going to help them as well. Like if people can find carcasses that otherwise would go lost, then, you know, there's tag usage there and stuff, whatever. I don't know much about it on the tag side of things, but I'm telling you, this is a good thing to use in your state. So just want to let you know, super excited about it. I'm out here in Indiana. We just got done with a big day, our biggest day so far, spraying with the drones, and I'm really excited. See you on the next one.
So there you have it. This is our team here at Drone Deer Recovery. Thanks for watching. This is Gary, not feeling the best with his throat this morning.
Mike said you seen me talking, but you didn't because I got some congestion issues, so I was here.
We just wanted to make this, give you guys a heads up at what's going on behind the scenes and where we see the industry going. If you have comments, you're for it, you're against it, we want to hear your opinion. We'd love to hear your opinion. Leave a comment below. See you on the next one.